Hello, Star Citizens, and welcome to the Aegis Peregrine, which is the ship that I'm giving away this month. If you hadn't guessed by now, I'm sure you have. There's been so many leaks, but I couldn't say anything because I don't like betraying people's trust and all that thing. Also, 3.24 is live officially. So if you are just this is crazy because I wasn't expecting this today, but it is Wednesday where I'm at, and yeah, 324 went live on a Wednesday, not a Thursday, not a Friday, but on a Wednesday. So we're gonna go over the Aegis Peregrine. We're going to Aegis Sabre Peregrine. I gotta say that right. Which is a racer, not what I expected, which was a QED ship or enforcement like the Mantis. I thought it was gonna be one of those, but it looks like it's a racer. So let's go over it. And then of course, they have a little Q&A about it as well. And just at the end, if you're interested, we'll kind of go over the little thing they did with 324. But mostly this video is about the Aegis Sabre Peregrine, our new racer that they showed us a bunch of times and all that stuff. Anyway, if you are not subscribed, you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you feel like your subscribing just isn't enough, you can hit that member button, the join button, and then you can become a member, and then you are entered to win our Aegis Sabre Peregrine, of course, because you get a 25%, you share a 25% chance with all other members, but everyone else has a chance to win it as well. All you have to do is like, leave a comment, and subscribe, or you could dislike. That's open too. And if you do all three of those things, then you will be entered to win. So yeah, Aegis Sabre Peregrine. Even if you don't want a racer, it's still I don't know how much it costs, but I'm sure it carries a hefty price, so you can upgrade from it. So yeah, it's a ship you can win, and the giveaway is in 2 days. Now, make sure you go or like or dislike, leave a comment, and subscribe, but make sure you do that on as many videos as possible, because the more videos you do that on, the higher your chance of winning. But yeah, giveaway is in 2 days, so you have 2 days to do that. I hope you're seeing this in time. Let's go over this though. The Aegis Sabre Peregrine, the fastest Sabre yet, already known for its lightweight aerodynamic build and powerful propulsion. The Peregrine pushes the Sabre straightaway speed into a totally different league, and it has legendary toughness. What the Peregrine lacks is traditional firepower. What it lacks in traditional firepower, it more than makes up for in its stout armored frame. What's more, it remains hard to kill without sacrificing any speed. So, I don't know much about it. I did know something about it, but yeah, I wasn't going to say anything. So, let's see what it says here. Let's look at these tech specs. Oh, and I gotta like get one for the ooh, I like these colors. I'm hoping I could get some of these colors on the other Aegis ones. I gotta buy some skins. But so I won't be able to get this one, but maybe this black and orange looks kind of nice. Black and red looks nice, and the black and chrome. Yeah, I might get all three of those. Not for the Peregrine, because I don't particularly need the Peregrine, but I can see myself buying the other one. So it's 170. Looks like 170 warbond. So this is if you're if you're concierge, or I don't know if that's subscriber or concierge. I think it's concierge. You get the paint for 170, and then it's 170 to everybody else without the paint. And then what is the difference? Oh, and non-warbond, it's 185. So yeah, they have a Sabre collection. Okay, I don't need all the Sabres. I don't know a whole lot of people who need all the Sabres, but I guess if you're in an org, you might need all the Sabres. But yeah, the Sabre Peregrine paint is $14. Woo! Oh no, that's the collection. Okay, I was about to say, whoa, hey. I like paints. I don't like them that much, but it looks like there's 3 paints, so that's what, a little bit less than $5 per paint. That's okay. Now, mind you, that is you have to have this marker here to get that. Otherwise, it looks like they have the two paints separate. Oh yeah, you have to buy them separate. So it's $18 if you don't have this little marker here. So this is kind of like a, you know, I'm pretty sure this is concierge. And yeah, where's the stats though? Am I missing something? Oh, I think I was supposed to click here. Oh, they got something new here. This is different. Engine booster. Okay, here we go. It's got obviously one crew, two size 1 power plants, two size 1 shields. Okay, nothing else too crazy. 267.2 meters per second. So I'm gonna hop over to somewhere else and check that and see where does that stack up among other vehicles, because 267, I know the fastest ship in the game is 300, and that is the P-72. That's the Archimedes. So I don't know what this ship would be as far as like where it would be. I know there's some at 285. So let's see where that is. It's the 6th fastest ship in the game as of 3.24 officially. It is the 6th fastest ship in the game. So I think that's pretty cool. All right, 6th fastest as far as SCM speed. We'll have to see what else we got in here. Let's see what else we got. Oh, that's just the paints. Not much else. I was hoping, what weapons does it have? Or does it have any? It says what it lacks in firepower. Single seat cockpit. Yes, we get that. I don't think it has weapons. Engine booster. Yeah, I don't see any weapons on it. Oh, this is where the so it took that little part out of the Firebird where the missiles come out, and it's got a supercharger. Like a car. That's interesting. It does not look like it has weapons though. I don't see any weapons on it. Component access. Okay, this is all pretty cool. Now, one of the interesting things about this, yeah, it does not have any weapons. It doesn't have, not even some size 1s. So, you know what's interesting? It says what the Peregrine lacks in traditional firepower, but it doesn't have any firepower. It should just say what the Peregrine lacks in firepower, period. Because it doesn't have any. But it does say in its stout armored frame, so I'm assuming it has more armor. But I feel like they could have put some size 1s on that thing, right? Like they could have put some size 1s on it. Like nobody's gonna flip out if it has size 1s, but no guns. It's a pure racer. Very interesting. I just don't. I could see this. Maybe if it had like. I still don't get why Aegis would build this. So that's why I have questions. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna hop over to this Q&A. The Q&A for the Sabre Peregrine, which is hopefully gonna answer some of these questions. Of course, you can go to the website and read it. I'm gonna read the whole thing for everybody, just in case you don't want to go to the website and read the whole thing. But this is the Q&A. This says, this is Aegis's first dedicated racer. So let's figure out why Aegis is building racers. I'll read the whole thing, like I said, but you can obviously pause the screen and read it yourself, or you can go to the website and read it. And then after this, we'll talk about 3.24 stuff. So, as Aegis Dynamics is traditionally a military manufacturer, why is it building a racer? Traditionally, but not exclusively. While a lot of Aegis hardware is designed for military application, Aegis and other manufacturers always look to see what other markets they can expand into based on the resources available. With the Raven and Firebird chassis, it made sense to provide a more civilianized version of the platform. Does the Aegis Peregrine have any flight characteristics that would be advantageous in raw speed, given that the Peregrine is the fastest bird in real life? Due to the original ship's archetype, the Peregrine exhibits impressive forward acceleration in normal conditions and when using its afterburner, which is rated as one of the strongest among its competitors. What sets this racing variant apart from others in terms of its unique strengths? The most prominent characteristics are its unique and unmatched forward acceleration, enhancing the ship's racing prowess, and stronger afterburner for reactive acceleration during difficult turns. Are there any unique flight characteristics, acceleration, and maneuverability in atmospheric flight? The fundamental thing that distinguishes the Peregrine from other ships is its original archetype. While most racers are based on snub, light fighters, or interceptors, the Peregrine elevates the medium interceptor archetype to competition standards, making it the most formidable vessel in forward acceleration at the expense of some nimbleness due to its larger size. So, it's the sixth fastest ship in the game. Apparently, Aegis is like whatever makes us money, which makes sense. And yeah, it seems like it'll do pretty well in atmosphere, and it looks like the acceleration is going to be key, not just the speed, but like how fast it gets to that top speed. So I think that'll be pretty cool. All right, let's read this next part. Where does it sit in terms of acceleration, maximum speed, and maneuverability compared to other racing crafts like the M50 Razor and 350R? The Sabre Peregrine is the answer to everything the Fury LX isn't. These are our two unarmed racing ships, so they're designed to be our ultimate pace setters. While the Fury's gimbaled main thrusters give it good maneuvering in twisty sections, the Peregrine is the opposite. The main thrusters typically positioned, but its power is far from typical, enabling the Peregrine to accelerate at up to almost 30 Gs. Pair that with high aerodynamics, and this is a hero of the racetrack that emphasizes top speed over cornering. The Peregrine has an engine performance booster. Can you explain the new component and how it works? Due to the extra physical space, the performance booster means the Peregrine's performance is the best of all the Sabres. It's 13% faster to accelerate than the Firebird and 55% faster than the base Sabre. This does come at the cost of running hotter and using more fuel. Is the Peregrine equipped with stealth components like the Sabre and Sabre Raven? The Peregrine is not equipped with stealth components. I was actually going to hop in game and see if that was on there, so I'm glad they asked that. Pilots can expect its signatures to be extremely visible, as the design intention was for it to run hot with little IR suppression and to have a large cross-section signature. Thanks to its large aerodynamic surface area, speed was the priority when making these decisions. Does the main thruster of the Peregrine differ from those of the Raven or the Firebird? It's designed for performance at the sacrifice of heat and efficiency to make sure it's best in class. Why was the single main thruster design of the Raven Firebird chosen for a dedicated racing variant instead of the twin main thruster design of the base Sabre chassis? Mostly rule of cool, it has slightly revised single engine design to provide a nod to the intended racing performance. So this is a little interesting to me because the engine performance booster thing, I get why they did that. I don't know if that's something we'll be able to put in other ships in the future, but I don't understand the stealth thing, because it seems to me like if you're trying to make as much money as possible in your Aegis, right, you would want this thing to have some secondary use, right? So maybe you put a scanner in it or something and make it like a ship that can go out and recon, like, and then you could still have a use for it in your own fleets, right? Aegis, all we can say about this ship now is that it is a dedicated racer. They did say that. I'm just saying, I feel like if I'm Aegis, I would want more people to buy the ship, and if all I have to do is give it a better scanner and keep it stealth, if I could do those two things, I would sell more of these, because yeah, it could be a great racer and still be stealth. It can be a great racer, and I mean, maybe it's not as stealthy as the other ships, the Raven or the Firebird or even the base Sabre, but it could still be stealthy. That shouldn't harm anything with its performance. And of course, if you give it a decent scanner, now it's a recon ship. It doesn't have any weapons, but who's going to catch it, right? So yeah, I think that was a little bit of an interesting choice, but let's keep going. We still have a little bit more here. Actually, yeah, this is the last one. So compared to the base Sabre, the Peregrine features 12 maneuvering thrusters instead of 10. Aligning with the design of the Firebird. Do the performance characteristics of its maneuvering thrusters differ from those of the Firebird, making it more maneuverable than the combat variant? The performance profile of the Peregrine, compared to all other variants in the series, is tailored specifically for racing. A higher count of maneuvering thrusters allows the ship to achieve consequently greater lateral and vertical acceleration compared to the other variants of the same class, even the combat-focused ones. However, this comes at the expense of overall hull resistance to enemy attacks, making the Racing variant unsuitable for engagements, especially without any offensive weaponry. So, this is where I'm going to pause, because I just read in the other part of this where it said it's still tough, basically. When I just looked at the kind of brochure for it, it just said it was still tough. And now it's saying that it's not still tough. So, okay, they're saying it's a racer. Don't try to fight in it. You can't fight in it anyway. It doesn't have any guns. I guess ramming speed, maybe? Anyway, continuing. What is the maximum SCM speed, and does it accelerate to the maximum speed faster than other Sabre variants? The maximum SCM speed of this ship is set to 267 meters per second, and the ship's acceleration is significantly stronger than that of other Sabre variants, both with and without the afterburner engaged. So it will get to that top speed faster. Didn't say what the nav speed is, though, so we'll probably have to go in game and check that out. Is the fuel capacity and consumption of the variant different from other Sabre variants? The fuel capacity is the same as other variants, but you can expect it to burn through fuel faster than the other Sabre variants. The Peregrine is the only non-snub racing ship without any weapons. What are the advantages of not having offensive capabilities, and which means of self-defense are available to the pilot? Does it benefit from its low profile or extra countermeasures? The benefit of having no weapons is reduced weight and complexity. Like in the modern racing car, this is an easy way to make it faster, as it's lighter and more aerodynamic. From a design perspective, having no weapons also removes the Peregrine from balance discussions in PvP combat. This ship is not intended to be used as an actual combat and is expected to disengage and flee any battles. The ship is equipped with countermeasures and 2 size 1 shields. Otherwise, its main defensive asset is its speed. Even as an interceptor, it can be hard for an assailant to hit when it moves unpredictably and should easily create opportunities to disengage and flee. Does the Peregrine provide storage space for the pilot's personal gear and weapons? Yes, it features the same storage as the base Raven and Firebird. And that is the Q&A. I don't know how I feel about it not having any weapons, just for the sake of like being faster. I mean, the fastest ship in the game, mind you, is the P-72 Archimedes, and that has 4 weapons on it, and it's the fastest ship in the game. So I feel like we still could have got weapons on this, even some size 1s. It doesn't, I don't feel like we have to worry about balancing if all you give a ship is size 1s, but that does make the ship more useful. And so I have questions about the Sabre Peregrine and their choices. I get they were trying to do dedicated racer, but I also think it could still be a dedicated racer with some size 1s. The stealth ability of the Sabres which is what makes the Sabres great. And, you know, maybe a scanner. Maybe the scanner would be asking for too much, but at least the stealth ability, and with, you know, some size 1s. 2 size 1s I don't think hurts anybody as far as balancing. So I don't know. I think it could have been a little more for $185. I don't know a whole lot of people who are buying a $185 racing ship, but I do like that CIG is kind of standing their ground on dedicated, because I think they do need more dedicated ships. So, you know, I'm on one hand, I'm like, yes, like a new ship, great. But I'm also like, I would have did it differently, but I am not CIG and I don't know what else is coming down the woodwork. But this is it's a little weird, because I believe John Cruz said it was the one that everybody thought the Firebird was going to be. How many people, you tell me, and maybe I'll do a poll on this. How many of you thought it was going to be a racing ship? How many of you thought the Firebird was going to be a racing ship? I didn't hear a single person say that. So I'm guessing that John Crew has been like around Atmo Sports a lot, Atmo Esports, and he's just maybe they all thought it was going to be a racing ship, and that's what it was. But yeah, I didn't expect a racing ship at all. I legitimately thought this was going to be like the Raven Light. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what you guys think. Maybe you guys are running different circles and you heard Racer before I did. So this is the 3.24 part. The Aegis Peregrine part has come to the end. So if that's all you came here for, just wanted to let you guys know. And I'll just do a really quick overview of the 3.24. So this is the page that they have now for 3.24, which is called Cargo Empires. It's talking about the freight elevators, persistent hangars, cargo updates, blockade runner. So it's got a few, interesting things about it. I want to go in and read the patch notes because I want to know if I literally just did something in my Star Citizen Nightly videos where I talked about how they haven't fixed a lot of the known issues. So I'm wondering if maybe they had those issues fixed. This is just going through all the rest of them. So I'm wondering if they had those issues fixed and they just didn't. Let's see if this just goes back down. So I wonder if they had those issues fixed and they just hadn't pushed them out yet, or if they just were like, we know those are issues and we'll fix them in a dot patch. Items not saved to LTP. Okay, so it's telling us here, currently with LTP, certain players' states such as personal hangar layout, custom characters, and in-game purchased consumables are not saved between releases, which will cause some items to be lost in the next update. So hangar decoration decorations will be returned to players' home location inventory. Med pins, ammo, ongoing rentals, and refinery jobs, and customer characterization. So make sure you export your custom character. The people who didn't keep watching, I hope you went and read this, because there you go. I mean, you should be, every time you make your character, you should be exporting your custom character. But yeah, this is just letting you know that that's what you got to do. This talks a little bit about the launcher 2.0 update, how to report a bug. So this talks about the new things. So this is all stuff, if you didn't know, personal instance hangars, freight elevators, tractor beam use adjustments, cargo hauling missions, commodity kiosk updates, item banks, hangar decorations, soft death breaching, polish, loss system updates, additional gameplay updates. So added carry lowered FPS weapons, added ESP dampening strength modifiers to game settings tab, and Mobiglass contract app UI polish. Then for the ships and vehicles, master modes, Atmo flight controller retuning, ship cockpit camera polish, hull sea shield and health updates, and then some additional ship updates. So I talked about a lot of these in my Star Citizen nightlies. So the Aurora, the Mantis, the Santak Yai, the Starfarer, the Asperia Prowler. I didn't catch that one. The Asperia Prowler is even more stealthy, so I got to go in and check that. The increase the health on all ship gimbal sizes, overall spread values for vehicle cannons, reduced vehicle laser damage by 10%, ground vehicle physics improved polish to help with movement and tractor beaming, and added many new cargo hauling rentals to all rental shops around Stanton. And then this is the ultra wide update and some core tech updates. So they said there was some stuff in here that we weren't gonna know was coming in 3.24. So far, maybe it was the Prowler update. You guys can tell me if you heard about that Prowler update before now, but I haven't heard of it. So you tell me if you've heard of it. Yeah. Oh, there's more. There's more. This is the list of the bug fixes. So I'm not gonna read all that. So you guys go ahead and you can pause and read all of that. This is a lot of stuff. I will, though, at some point I'll probably go in and compare this and see if any of these things are fixed from the most recent update that they did before it went live. And then some technical updates. I don't have to. Here's the known issues right here. So yeah, these were all known issues. A lot of known issues that were still in the PTU build are still here. So here you are, all the known issues. You can go through and read those. Just I always tell people, well, I wouldn't say I always tell people because I haven't done it in my videos. So I'll start doing this in my videos where I implore all of you to go and look at the known issues so you can avoid those things and avoid doing those things, or you know, stay away from those things as much as you can. And then you're not like, oh, I wonder why this keeps happening. But that such is the way that we do Star Citizen. So that is pretty much it for this one. The Peregrine is my giveaway ship. I have it. It is prepared to be given away. So again, make sure you go to the Discord if you're looking for all of the details on the giveaway. I always tell people, make sure you go to the Discord because there's more to the giveaways than just that. But essentially, you have to like or dislike a video, you have to comment on a video, and you have to be subscribed to win the ship, or you have to be a member. So those three things, or be a member, and you will be entered to win this Aegis Sabre Peregrine, and $185 ship, a ship I'm giving away. And I'm so happy because I was not able to say anything, and I am the lips are loose on this one. All right. So that'll do it for this one. I will see you in the next one. Shout out to the members and shout out to everybody that's about to hop on 3.24, because I was going to, but I can't. I don't have enough time because I wanted to do some stuff where I you know, put my hanger together, but it's not going to save as we just read. So anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.